Hi, it's Wendy from Soul Embodiment with this week's card reading. So we are past Mercury retrograde, so all those weird technical communication things should be starting to straighten out. We are past Beltane or May Day, so we are starting to tip from the energy of thinking and dreaming in the East into the desire to physically create and experience our five senses and this beautiful embodied life that we really dive into at the summer solstice in June, which here in the Northern Hemisphere for us is summertime and vacation. And it's really a time where we are seeking to connect strongly with our physical experience and to create something tangible out of the dreams that we've had in the East. So that's where we're starting from. And as always, let's take a peek together at this week's cards. Okay, so the first card is the medicine wheel card, and this card is all about cycles and movement. So how are you stuck? And what do you need to do in order to start to create movement in your life? Now, that can be planning, dreaming, exploring. That's kind of the energy of the East that I've talked about before. That can be committing and starting physical action to start to build and create. Or if you have been in a frenzy of action, then the next movement on the medicine wheel is the West, and that is the place where we stop and breathe and start to go into inquiry. So if you are feeling overwhelmed with action and you have lost your center, the best thing you can do is find a quiet moment to retreat within yourself, breathe, and start to ask yourself questions. Don't even worry about the answers. Just start the questions, and that will move you into this place of inquiry where you can start to figure out what your personal truth really is. Or if you have been in that emotional place of the East where you have been feeling a lot of feelings and searching for personal truth, it's time to move into the bigger picture of who you are. It's time to let the stories go and let the past go and take the kernels of wisdom that you have learned through your walk and start to apply them and be in them. The North is simply the place of being and wisdom, and it's that place of maturity. So how can you be your bigger self today if that's the place on the wheel you find yourself? Clearly, there's a huge amount of information about that. That's my whole medicine wheel embodiment series I teach, but that's kind of a taste. Just where are you in the cycle and the movement right now, and how can you move to the next right place for yourself? It's also very much about that energy of cycles. So understanding that things in our life come back around, and Mercury retrograde, you probably experienced a little bit of that. But when things come back around, the question is not that we just flow back into the drama and the stuckness of, oh, I've been here before, but how can I take this deeper and bigger simultaneously? How can I take this experience to a deeper, wiser place rather than just feeling like we're back to where we've always been? So we have allies to assist us in this process. Thank heavens. And let's see what this week's animal card is. Oh, we've had possum before. I love possum. So possum really speaks to the energy of overwhelm or the energy of perceived threat. And possum is about a couple things. First of all, don't be afraid to play dead. Right? That's what possum does to protect himself. So that's the first thing. Don't be afraid to give yourself space. Don't be pushed into a decision before you are ready to make it. Just allow yourself the sacred space to find your personal truth about it. Right? So that's one energy of the possum. The other energy of the possum is that they are playful, and they, of course, nurture their babies in their pouch. So it's also about, if you've been in the East and you've been planning and dreaming, like, don't rush into action if you are still in the place of nurturing your dream, right? So the possum nurtures her babies until they are ready to move out into the world. And that also speaks to how sometimes we will scatter the energy of the vision Spirit has given us by speaking too much about it too quickly to people who can't hold the vision. So we actually invite criticism into our lives before we're ready for it. When something is new and precious and sacred, it is important first to hold that energy within yourself and fan it and give it time to grow and blossom before we bring it out into the world. And it's also about sharing your dreams wisely in those beginning stages with those who can give you honest feedback while supporting and nurturing and believing in your dream with you. So, wow, so much more I could say about that, but that's enough for now. So I hope that helps you move powerfully into your week and gives you permission to give yourself whatever it is you need this week. Until I see you again, may we all walk in beauty. Take care.